It has been a while since any type of video on the channel, but we're back finally with my first reaction of 2025. Nothing in January that I saw pop up, and it was a very interesting, chaotic month here, especially in Santa Monica in the Los Angeles area. But we're back, and I have lots of things planned for this year, so I'm really excited to start things off with a band that has a bit of a nostalgic feeling for me on the channel. Black Orchid Empire are the first band that I ever reacted to on here, and it really just came up to a day where all that I had on the channel up to that point was just a bunch of pretty sloppy Rush drum covers and a few other videos, and I loved watching music reaction videos more than anything else on YouTube in my free time, and just kind of the realization that there are a lot of people that actually like similar things to what I like. So when I saw The Raven come out in 2023, I decided to literally just prop up my phone on my desk. I didn't bother cleaning my room, I didn't bother editing any of the dead space out, nothing. I made maybe one of the sloppiest and just, you know, it was a mess of a video, but I enjoyed doing it, and I was able to meet a few people through it. I had some, you know, the band left some nice comments and some encouraging things on my reactions, and that's really what kickstarted everything for me doing the reaction videos. So these guys definitely have a special place in my heart, and now we have a new single from what I assume will be an upcoming album, hopefully later this year. It's called Angelfire. It's a pretty short song, which is fitting for a single. I'm really curious to see what they bring to the table here. I'm hoping to see a little bit of maturity and a little bit of growth, because so far they have two very good, very solid albums that feel very similar. I think they're very comfortable writing in the formula that they do, so I'm curious to see if they end up pushing any boundaries here, or if we're just getting another straight Black Orchid Empire banger with grimy production and great riffs, a great chorus. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I'm just happy to be back making videos, and I'm excited to see what they have here. So this is going to be Angelfire by Black Orchid Empire. Let's go. Woo! Whoa. They threw me in the ringer a little too fast there, bro. I'm gonna have to go back. I think I'm gonna have to start this one over. I'm excited for this one. I'm extra excited now. That was slamming. Jesus. I mean, a lot of their songs, they start off hot, you know, like Deny the Sun, and I mean, honestly, The Raven does kind of too, but they at least have that progression before they go into the riff. They're just going straight to the point here. This is awesome. Holy riff, man. Ugh. The visuals look sick already, too. I thought they were gonna do one of those kind of back into the riff. I like that this is a lyric video and a visualizer. Ooh. Oh. Yes. Yes. It's a new formula. That bass tone, you know it's about to slam in a second too. The progression, it just... That little vocal run is so nice. It is a really powerful video. I appreciate all the colors, everything. Like, it's a very bold. They're throwing everything at your face. What a chorus, dude. Bro. What are we doing? This makes me so happy. This is the song I needed. It is. Yep. Woo. What a perfect way to start this year of music, man. Extended chorus, outro? It's a heavy ass song. Yes. This is like the exact progression that I wanted to see out of these guys. Actually no, they have more than. I'm gonna correct what I said earlier when I said I didn't mean they only had 2 albums. I just think their last 2 albums followed a very similar progression. But this is what I wanted to see out of them. This is awesome. Yep. I'm gonna listen to it again and I'll be back in a second. I'm super impressed with that song. Honestly, I think that might be the best Black Orchid Empire song that we've ever gotten, even better than songs like The Raven or songs like Deny the Sun, because I do think they honestly updated their formula in a way that is very similar to Vola. Everyone knows how much I praise Vola on this channel. Everyone knows that Vola is my favorite band of all time, and I think they took a few things out of the Vola playbook here that absolutely paid off for them. First off, I think that's the best chorus that they've ever come up with, because it had a much more, it had a bigger sound, had a more massive sound, a wider soundscape than most of their choruses do, or at least had more depth to it, because there was a bigger balance as well. I think the vocals were a lot more airy and angelic, and the way that they kind of brought them lower in the mix, maybe a bit more grimy during the verses, it created that beautiful contrast. The chorus is like a big breath of fresh air. It's relieving and it's really rewarding to listen to. So that's why it's completely fine that it's in the song 3 times, even though it's such a short song. I think that contrast and that pairing is great. And then everything else to fill in between the gaps of the song is just incredible riff writing, one after another. The one that opened the song was incredibly syncopated and it hit all the right pockets. And then there were 3 layers to that breakdown, which is something you won't always see. It started with a more of almost a Thal-ish kind of riff, just without those harmonics, and then taking it into what felt like an obvious breakdown, dropping it down an octave, slowing it down. It was some of the heaviest stuff we've heard from them, but it was incredibly tight and all the transitions worked really well. One of the things that definitely played out of the Vola cards and that you see with a lot of great, catchier, modern progressive metal songs is the way that they kind of did that unplugged electric guitar kind of acoustic feeling transition into the chorus at the end, where they sing the chorus an octave down and then go back into it. It's a great way to kind of return your senses to, something familiar, knowing that you're going to go back into that. And it's a great trick for playing things live too. I've realized after seeing bands like Soen and bands like Vola live, having those kind of pockets where the crowd can sing and, you get everyone involved. I think they really are writing this song and releasing this song for the tour that's going on right now, which is awesome. And I think it's a great pick as a first single. It's fantastic. It's very tight. It doesn't beat around any bushes, and it doesn't. I was hoping, or saying that I was hoping for something more expansive that pushes boundaries. I don't know if it does that necessarily, but it does everything that they're good at with more maturity and more flair than we've seen from them. And I think it's excellently written because the riffs are fantastic, and it's just a great, enjoyable listen. It has a lot of replay value. I could see myself playing this every day for the next few weeks, and maybe even multiple times, and not getting bored. The visualizer and the lyrics are something I'm going to want to return to as well, because it was very vibrant, it was very bold, like I was saying during the reaction, and I don't know how the colors necessarily reflect everything, but at least for me, it was very bold coloring with my synesthesia as well. Everything was kind of highly saturated, neon. It wasn't super busy. It wasn't a lot of different colors going on at the same time, but large streaks of maybe even pinks, yellows kind of thing, like a extremely saturated Northern Lights kind of look for me. But it felt very sci-fi and very hyper, but in a beautiful way. I don't really know how to explain. I'll try to show it the best that I can in my editing of the video, but it was a cool experience synesthetically for me because I don't think it felt like an outwardly happy song, but the colors gave it that kind of melancholy feel for me, or a bit more uplifting, which was really cool. And the visualizer, very bold and very out there, which I like to see. They definitely weren't scared to say what they were saying with this, very powerful vocals. It was a very charged song. It felt like it was just dying to get out there. Let me know what you guys thought of the track. I thought it was fantastic. I'm really excited to get another album from these guys, and I'm pretty sure there is one. I don't know the complete details. I'm going to keep looking into it, but if there are any other singles for this coming up, I'll definitely be checking them out. No doubt about it. And their most recent album will be featured in my next video coming up, which is definitely a bit of an endeavor for me, and it's it was a task to try to get everything ranked, get everything ordered. But I've noticed that there are a lot of videos on YouTube and videos that are out there that rank like the top 25 or top 50 prog albums ever, or prog albums from the 70s, and everything kind of just revolves around that older, innovative progressive sound that kind of the pioneers held. But there's nothing ranking albums just from the 2000s or just from this century, this kind of modern wave of progressive music that I think to be, truly progressive, because they're doing things that people haven't heard before and they are progressing music forward, not just retreading old stuff. So I'm going to be putting out my top 50 progressive rock and metal albums of the century so far, so since the year 2000, and I'll be curious to see what you guys think of that. If you think there's anything that I'm missing, I'm sure there will be, because it's definitely just my opinion. But I'm excited to put that one out as well, so keep your eyes on that, be ready, and I will see you then, hopefully for some interesting discussions. I think Black Orchid Empire absolutely nailed this one, so that's a great start to the year, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.